Hi guys, it's Aegis here. So today I'm here with another decent deck profile, and finally I'm starting to cover some of the lyrical decks, and what I'll be covering today is Fortia. I only upgraded 3 decks, or basically upgraded 2 and then making a new one. Michu is still yet to be tested, so it will be come out a little bit later. And then the Gorgon Girl, the Snake Girl, I haven't get all the pieces to actually playtest yet, so that will be coming in a little bit later as well. But Fortia, of course, let's go into the right line first. It's still the basic right line, but because she can also become the Mimish Fortia, so we don't need to worry about any of the skills not popping. And with her coming into play, Full Moon Magic Fortia, things have changed a bit. I won't say a lot, but a bit. That we actually get to do attacks more meaningful, more aggressively, and more threatening. So let's talk about her skill. She got a dress up skill as Mimish Fortia, so in the fight it's also considered Mimish Fortia in its card name. Friend skill, that as long as you have another unit in the same column as this card, they both become friends. And then if you have 3 or more friends, other friends, so you don't count herself, this unit will get +1 drive, so it's so easy to get into triple drive and doesn't require your opponent to be grade 3 or higher. And then normally at the end of the battle, when this unit attacks, if you have 5 or more other friends, you discard a card with 40 and its card name from hand, send this unit and get -2 drive, so you will become a single drive basically, unless you, well, because you have to have 5 or more other friends, so you always already gain the +1 drive already, so you're going from 3 to 1. So doing 4 drive checks is by only discarding 1 card is actually quite good, and if you personalize, you can actually count +1 and discard a whatever card from your hand instead, which makes things a lot easier for you. But the problem is if you don't see any other Fortia card except the card in your right deck, that will be the pain for you, because you need at least a Fortia to actually do the resend, and if you don't have the person right, you can't change the skill. So that's a kind of weak point of this deck, that it actually happens to me for like 2 turns and then I just immediately lost that match, because I'm only doing triple drive, doing 3 attacks, I'm not restanding, I'm not doing anything else, and whenever she comes, it's probably just too late. So if you actually see a Fortia in your hand, opening hand, just make sure you keep it. And to make that happen as much as possible, I'm maxing out all my Fortias, not in rarity but in quantity. So all the Fortia is there, and this is only for teaching. I won't be riding her, because it's the twin drive to single drive isn't actually helping, to be honest. Yeah. So next we can just immediately go into other cards, which first is Barian. So Barian is the support from LBT04, and also got a friend ability, and then a front row rigor circle skill. During your turn, if you have 3 or more other friends, or your Vanguard with 48, his card name get +5k, and your opponent is grade 3 or higher, then you get +10k for this unit. So if your opponent is grade 3, you have a 18k beater Vanguard and then a 20k beater Regard. And because your Vanguard becomes 18k, the triple drive becomes a lot more hard to calculate, and can do a lot of weird math with that, so making the deck a lot stronger. If you have 2 in the front row, then your Vanguard can actually get +10k, and both of them will become 20k beater at least, depending if you have personalized or triggers or not, or boost. But yeah, that's making your attacks to go through a lot more easier, and that's why I like the triple drive a lot more when you have support like this to actually pump the card. Unfortunately, I only have 3 spaces for this. I need to put in other stuff, but don't get me wrong, this is a very strong card, and if I would have room for 4, I probably would go for it. Okay. Next, I'm running 4 of the Stolas. So Stolas is a promo that we get from the Vanguard Fest if you are playing the JP side, so it's not that easy to get. You probably only got that chance to actually get the card. I'm very lucky that my friend let me have 4 while we have like 8 exchange tickets, so we get a total of 8 copies, and then we share it. Yeah, but this card is not a friend card to remember, so a lot of skills that requires you to pick a friend unit, this unit doesn't count, but she is very strong in friend or powerful deck. So if you have 3 or more friend ability cards or powerful cards, this unit will get boost, so it's a 10k boost. With this will be just simply a 30k column. With Vanguard can be a 23 or 28 depending if you have this, or if you have to put this onto the regard, then you can still do a 23k column, so that's really great. And the places where she shines is her second ability, that when a unit is placed on your circle during your main phase, choose a card from your soul, it's mandatory, and put it into your drop zone. And then if you have a Vanguard with friend or powerful ability, choose a card from your drop. Also, with friend or powerful ability, and you may call it to Vanguard circle. If you did call a card, you cannot call any other cards from drop zone until end of turn. So basically, it's a hard once per turn. And in this deck, you basically don't have anything that calls something from the drop zone anyway. So basically, just make her a monster reborn hard once per turn. But that's good enough. You just need to Soul Blast 1 and bring something back. It can be a lot of things. So far, these are all friends, so you can already bring them up. And then what you can do with the friend cards is, for example, to use the Rosella to bounce them back if you have 5 friends, and that can just restart your combo, guarantee your personal right, guarantee your cost to discard, or just get good attackers to stay away from being targeted for attack or ability. Just this combo is really great, right? Unfortunately, you can't bounce her to actually reuse her skill again. That's a little bit unfortunate, but I think you can't just get everything right. And then another card that you can actually bounce back, which is Melty, and of course you can also use her skill to bring your Melty back, because it's also appearing in the main phase. You can counter blast 1 and call a card to Riga circle from your hand that is Vanguard grade or lower. If you do, you draw 1. So like basically, if you use this, bring this out, call another card, exchange in another card, it could save your life. It could be something that helps you, for example, any of the Fortias that you can just discard for a restand. Yeah, so it can link to a lot of things. Okay, and then I'm running only one of the Emperor. So she's a very strange card restricts that when this unit boosts and attack a graveyard higher unit, if you have a Vanguard with 40 in its card name, and if you have 5 or more other friends, you can Soul Blast 2, and your opponent cannot call Sentinels from hand to Guardian Circle until end of the battle. So they will basically need to use non-PGs to guard, unless they have the Blitz Order PG. Not everyone put that into the deck anyway, and if they do, at least you beta that out, so I think that's kind of good. And you don't always need to activate your skill, right? So you can just kind of keep baiting your opponents to use the Blitz Order, because sometimes if you are going very aggressive, they just need to drop the PG, and that might be the only PG they have, and then after that she'll be very useful. So do save 2 souls if you can. Don't spam Stola skill too much, or else you won't be able to use the skill. The reason I'm putting 1 is because I can just reborn with Stolas, so it's okay for her to be gone for a while. You can just use her as a right that cost and save her in the drop zone, or you can just use her as early aggression and just let her get pop. So one is okay because you don't always need the guard restrictions, but when you know you have one, it's always make you feel safe. And then 3 Juliana for extra power boost, basically just that, and she's also a friend card, so yeah, that's basically it. And then for PGs, I'm using just a simple unit PGs instead of using Blitz Order, but I think it's okay if you want to use the Blitz Order. As always, feel free to use it. And then basically we have gone through all the non-trigger units already, so non-friends is basically just these. Yeah, basically just these. So most of them are friends, so it's quite easy for you to get 3 to 5 friends. So yeah, that's basically what matters to get enough friends, easy to build your board back, and easy to pick up cards that you need back to your hand. So triggers. First, I'm using the Fire Elemental because my Vanguard is already doing 2 times attacks, and the lyrical OT only is a forever buff. It's good, but then when we have other choices, this is a good option. I think the Water Elemental is probably okay as well, but since your Vanguard attacking 2 times and then you make it very strong Vanguard to attack 2 times, it's kind of scary. The aggression with the number of attacks that you can do can sometimes make your opponents just give up. So I think this is a better option. And then crit, soaring crit, if you just have normal crits, use them. I don't have too much pressure on using the soaring crit, even though it also can support the Soul Blast 2 just in case, but I usually just use her as a normal guard, so yeah, just let it be. And then the 10k draws, I'm happy that I actually get these. I probably just get 1 set, so I will just switch it around. So to me, I think the 10k draws is important, the most important thing that you need to grab if you are looking for effect triggers, at least for lyricals. So yeah, if you have to choose, make sure you choose the draw, and then just pour heals. You can use effect heals if you want to, but I think this is fine. This is a very aggressive deck, very rushing deck, and if you don't get your pieces, you lose kind of thing. So basic guard value with an extra guard value on the draw will be good enough. Yeah. So very quickly gone through everything in this deck. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me, but the deck concept is very simple. Try to do a little bit early rush, and then when you go into graveyard, especially if you can go first, make sure you get all 5 friends. At least go into the triple drive, right? Even though you might not have another copy of Fortia in your hand, but with the triple drive you actually have the chance to get her to your hand a lot more easier. Not saying that it will always come in, because it did happen to me that she never comes, but I think it's way better. Some people even do things like this, right? But to kind of make sure you can do your restands. But to me, I think the triple drive is a lot more important, because even though if you can't restand, your opponent will still need to stay alert that the triple drive might actually finish them off, right? So it's kind of like Bastion. When you are avoiding them getting Grave Race to restand, you should be more afraid of a Bastion Prime pulling 3 crits and just do 4 damage and win the game. So this can happen because we're running 7 crits, so even though it's not 8 crit, but I think it's still good enough, and if we actually pull off the OT, that's another 2 basically unblockable attacks. So yeah, give it a try. Let me know what you think about this deck. I feel this deck is actually a lot more fun to play less pressuring compared to the previous version. So it's okay to take her out to play time to time now with this upgrade, and I'm happy. So hopefully the other lyrical updates that I actually get can also feel kind of like that. You don't need to be like from a playable deck to very OT. I don't need OP. I don't need it to be kind of that level, but at least you get some kind of win con early game and some things that allows you to get to that win con, and then after the rest, just see how lucky we are. So yeah, again, if you have any questions, comments down below, let me know. Subscribe for more deck profiles, deck fights, unboxing videos. Yeah, that's basically it for this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Signing off.